E-commerce expansion myths blasted. Successful cross-border expansion help. Listen to the show to hear how one UK company is helping e-commerce sellers successfully expand into Europe and double their profits. Hosted by Andy Hooper of Global E-commerce Experts.
So welcome to today's webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. Talking about social traffic, how you can use social traffic to your advantage and linking into your Amazon sales, or to help increase your Amazon sales. It's a great step actually leading towards things like getting your own websites and everything else as well. It's a great place to really start. So we're looking forward to sharing that information with you very shortly. As part of our webinar series that we've got running for this sort of Q2 period, a really exciting webinar for you today that I can't wait to share with you. I've got a great speaker with Sophie as well, who you may have seen on some of the other webinars. So let's get into it. So today's outcomes, we're going to talk about the top platforms in the EU, most of which will probably not come as a surprise to you. We're going to talk about how to funnel your following and build that following. We're going to give you a client case study of how they've used that. And then what we're going to do is how you can expand your reach with cross-promotion opportunities. And then we're going to touch vaguely on Dream 100 and a couple of other bits at the end. But we do have a specific webinar on those later on as well in a couple of weeks' time. So we won't dive too deeply into that. My name's Andy Hooper. I'm your host for this evening, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you might be in the world. I work here at Global E-commerce Experts. I'm proud to lead a team of hugely talented individuals across all the disciplines that we work. We're proud that we help sellers to successfully expand into the EU. That's one of our core beliefs. That's what we're here to do. And this webinar series is about giving as much value and information as we can to our sellers to really help doing that. And obviously we're going to talk about that in a moment. There is an expanders group on Facebook that you can reach out to, GE Expanders. There's over 2,000 sellers we've successfully expanded into the EU. And I myself has got 10 years experience in e-commerce, so I'm well placed to help you in the EU environment. But I'm ably, if not better assisted by Sophie. So Sophie, are you there?
I am, can you hear me?
Excellent, I can hear you and I can see you. So Sophie, would you like to introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, so I'm Sophie. I'm part of the digital marketing team here at Global E-commerce Experts, and I'm going to talk you through some of the platforms that we use to increase our Amazon sales.
Excellent, thank you, Sophie. So Sophie's going to be well placed to support us and help us. So that's all good. So this is part of our success framework. So we have a pathway, success pathway, that when people expand, they can follow these steps, which will successfully help them to expand into the EU. Now, some of them you can do them in order, some people move them around a little bit, but really the first three, compliance, marketplace and promote, are the three things we really want to focus on right at the beginning. So we're sort of at the early stages here, and what we're looking to do is about how we can promote our products to get as many sales as possible, to really try and increase sales velocity on platforms like Amazon, because those platforms will be rewarded when you bring traffic onto the platform. And that's really key. So we're going to talk about specifically the social side. So you can see that in the diagram there, right at the bottom, roughly in the middle. So you're sort of halfway across that expansion. So today we're going to focus on social traffic. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Sophie. Sophie, are you ready?
I am.
Excellent. But I'll leave it to you. So you go for it, Sophie. Thank you.
Perfect. So we're going to start off by talking about the top three platforms here in the EU, and those are Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, these platforms have millions of active users a day, so that's millions of customers that you need to be reaching. So these platforms are what you need to be connecting with your customers on, and this is where you need to be building your brand so that you can funnel your following to your Amazon store. So I'm going to start off by talking a bit about Instagram. Now, Instagram's great for sharing those aesthetically pleasing, relatable lifestyle type images, short videos of your products in action, and customer reviews. Some of the main features that we like to use on Instagram is the product tagging. So you can tag your products on each individual post, which then can link straight to your Amazon store or straight to your product listing page. They also use searchable hashtags on your post that your potential customers can browse through. This is going to help reach new customers that don't necessarily know who you are and what you have to offer. So those are really crucial, using those hashtags that your target market are going to be using. They also have an Instagram TV feature, and this feature allows you to share full screen videos up to 1 hour long, compared to your standard Instagram feed videos that can only be up to 1 minute long. So the Instagram TV feature allows you to share those more in-depth product demonstrations, Q&As, and things like that. And last but not least, you've got your Instagram stories. Now, Instagram stories have a wide range of features. Some of these things will include creating polls, asking your followers questions. You can create countdowns for product launches, tag your products, and even tag your location to make your business easily found by others. Another cool thing to note about Instagram stories is that you can also share these directly to your Facebook stories, which is a really handy feature. So you can actually share your Instagram stories to your Facebook audiences, and you only have to use the one platform. So that's a really handy tip. Next up, we have YouTube. So YouTube's for your longer tutorial type videos showcasing your products. And it's a main way YouTube can really help you is with influencers. So influencers who are reviewing your products, which obviously is great if it's coming from somebody else and not just you. And although you can't tag your products on YouTube videos, you can add links to your products in the description. So don't be put off by the fact that there's no product tagging, because YouTube is definitely taking a big step. It's becoming a type of search engine, a bit like Google, where customers are searching for products via YouTube to find real life reviews and experiences from people who have already purchased your products. So definitely don't rule that one out. Your aim with YouTube is to really rank high on search results when people are searching for your type of product, which you can do with, as I've mentioned earlier, influencer marketing. So I'm just going to touch on that slightly. So influencer marketing is where you can collaborate with an influencer that has a large following made up of your target customers. So basically what they'll do is they'll share your product with an already warmed up audience to help drive your sales. Now, obviously, this does come at a price. They're not going to do it for free. And all influencers work differently. Some will work with affiliate links, so they get a percentage of the profit from anyone who buys your product through their link. Some will accept a flat fee, etc. It just depends on the person. I think Andy will touch a bit more on this later, but influencer marketing is a great way to get your products out there and a great way to increase your brand trust through others. Moving on to Facebook. Now, Facebook is great for sharing blog posts about your product, slightly longer videos than Instagram, but nowhere near as long as YouTube, and also customer reviews. Some of the main features for Facebook is the Facebook shop, and this is where you can list individual products, which again will link straight to your Amazon store, and these can be displayed at the top of your Facebook business page. So as soon as someone clicks on your Facebook business page, they can be met with your products, which is really handy. Again, we've got Facebook stories, and these can be created on Facebook, or as I said earlier, shared directly from your Instagram account. And Facebook stories are really similar to Instagram, where you can share content with music, create polls to help you find out what your customers want, etc. And last but not least, Facebook offers Facebook Live, which is where you can go live directly to your Facebook audience and chat with your followers in real time, which is a great way to just connect with your audience. Moving on to other platforms. So next slide when you're ready, please, Andy. So other platforms, we've got TikTok. Now, TikTok is an up-and-coming platform to share on-trend videos. And TikTok has made a lot of videos viral over the past few months and can really get your brand value and message out there. So it's a great tool to use. One of the ways to go viral on TikTok is really to be unique and creative. So you want to share your products being used in a creative way, maybe even create a challenge that relates to your brand in some way, whether that's a dance, a song, or a comedy act. Challenges are an extremely engaging and organic way to grow your audience and get people involved and get people sharing, which is really something that you need to be doing to get your products out there. And remember, if something's working really well on your social media, you can also try incorporating that into your Amazon listings, in your bullet points, in your enhanced brand content, your images and your videos, and things like that. So use your social media to work your Amazon product listings as well. Another feature that TikTok also utilizes is the hashtag feature, so that users can browse through hashtags that they're interested in. So if you're putting out engaging content, you're going to be easily found by potential customers that are browsing through these hashtags that you're using. So that's a great way to get out there. One of the other platforms I'm going to touch on is Snapchat. Snapchat is actually really phasing out now, to be honest. It's being replaced by the new Instagram and Facebook live and story features, which was Snapchat's unique selling point back in the day. So I would definitely advise moving on to one of the other top platforms that we've just discussed over Snapchat, because Snapchat is definitely phasing out now. But make sure that whatever platform you're using, that you're utilizing the analytics tools provided. This can help you determine your audience demographics, their preferred time of day, what posts they engage with more, and what makes them click onto your Amazon store. And as well as being able to use this data to enhance your social media posts, you can also use this to tailor your Amazon listings to be more targeted at your audience. So for example, let's say you sell beauty products, and in your social media analytics, you're seeing that your most engaged audience is females between 25 and 35. Think, is there a way that you can tailor your Amazon listings to match that audience a bit better? There could be. There's many ways you can do it, whether that's incorporating more pink into your images if that's what they engage with the most, and things like that. So for Amazon sellers, really, it's so important to stay top of mind with your audience. As you all know, Amazon is a massive site used across the globe, and users can quickly lose interest in your product, or stumble across a competitor, or just simply forget to come back and buy after initially discovering your item. So social media provides you with that ability to consistently drip feed information and images of your products to your audience, and gives you that way to have conversations and develop connections with your ideal customers, which is obviously just going to result in increased brand trust and higher sales, which is what we're aiming for. So I'm going to talk on now to a bit about how you funnel your following into your Amazon store. So to drive traffic from social to Amazon, you're going to need to create awareness about your brand. So brand awareness is just what sets your company apart from others that offer a similar product with brand awareness, and you really want to be making the impact on your potential customers. You want them to understand what you offer and how your brand differs from competitors. You're going to want to generate interest and give them something to remember you by. So think, what makes your product different? Is it the quality, a unique feature that no other brand has? You want to be showing your followers your unique selling point and really taking advantage of that. You're going to want to address your customers' pain points. So addressing the pain points your customers might be facing and showing how your product can fix those pain points, which is ultimately going to drive a decision to buy your product. You also want to give your customers a clear call to action. So by tagging your products on your social media pages, linking your Amazon store at the top of your page so it's easily accessible, and you can even start sharing an Amazon discount code with your social media followers to give them an incentive to buy your products. So if you want to go down the route of introducing Amazon discount codes via your social media, I would really advise creating unique discount codes for each platform that you're using so that you can track which platform made your followers convert, because then you know where those people are coming from and you know what to target most. And finally, one of the most important things is to be consistent. You want to be sticking to a regular upload schedule. I would say to start with, aim to post once a day and then working up to twice a day. You just need to be consistent with it. You need to keep getting in front of those people and keep warming that audience up. Don't let them go cold. There's many softwares that you can use that will help you automate scheduling so that you can schedule posts in advance. We use a software called Hootsuite, which is great. You can just upload all of your platforms to the site, and then you can schedule weeks, days, years, months in advance, whatever you want to do. So that's really handy and saved us a lot of time. So we're going to move on now to what you need to think about before posting to social media. So what questions do you need to ask yourself? What type of content should you be producing? You want to think of ways to catch the attention of your dream customer. What do they want to see? What are they going to share with their friends? How can your product impact their lives? And does what you're posting really reflect your brand values? Because at the end of the day, someone coming onto your Instagram page or your Facebook page, they're going to want to see straight away what your brand values are and what you can offer them. So think about all of these things when you're planning your social media posts. You want to get the right content out there to encourage your followers to visit your Amazon store and convert. So some good examples of good content could be a funny, interesting, relatable video or image. You could do some research into your competitors and see what they're posting. I'm definitely not saying copy them, but see what posts get the most likes and engagement, and use their feed to see what's working for them and what is not. And then you can base your content around what's definitely working, and you can work from there. So some of the things that you could share are behind the scenes. So that could be like your warehouse, how you package your products, maybe even how your products are made. You want to be showing your followers the real you and be relatable, because that's what they really want to see. You can also use co-branded content, so that's webinars, podcasts, ebooks, Facebook Lives, all created with influencers or other industry organisations in a similar category to you. And this is going to get your products in front of not only your audience, but their audience too. So moving on to a case study from one of our clients. So one of our clients sells pet products. And what they've done is they've built a community on social media sharing dog training tips and general advice. So they're giving their followers free value. So what they do is they upload every day, they share funny dog quotes, relatable lifestyle pictures, and they also engage with other dog lovers in their target market. They also collaborate with other popular influencers in their market to bring their followers fun dog-related content unique to their brands that they're going to relate to. So by spending 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, they have managed to increase their following and build a community of dog lovers who look to them for advice and guidance. So they're the experts in their field. The following they have created now regularly buys their pet products on Amazon and shares reviews of their products on their own platforms, which has increased their brand awareness and reach organically. So that's completely free. So reviews like this are one of the strongest ways to encourage new buyers to shop, as having an engaged audience who rave about your products quickly travels on social media. This case study is just one of many and just proves that the power of social media is crucial to increasing your Amazon sales and growing your brand on Amazon and other platforms like Shopify. So you really need to be engaging with your potential customers and seeking out that cross-promotion opportunities that can get your Amazon products in front of as many potential customers as possible. So I think that's it from me. I'm going to hand back over to Andy, who's going to go over some Dream 100 and touch on influencers a bit more for you.
Excellent, Sophie. Thank you very much. That was amazing. Thank you. So thank you to Sophie. It's come back to me for a couple of slides. You'll be disappointed to hear, I'm sure. You'd much rather have heard from Sophie, I know. But yeah, I think that there's two things here. We're going to touch more on Dream 100 in a couple of weeks, so you've got that to sort of look forward to. But one of the things I would say is that when you're looking to build the social, you want to build that Dream 100 element into that. Now, one of the things that we've seen used really, really well is the influencer side. So what happens is that you work out who the influencers are in your space where your customers are already gravitating towards, and you use them to do a test review, an unboxing, use the product, test it, go on I'm watching a lot of videos at the moment on cycle expeditions because I'm thinking of doing a bike expedition, and they're talking about how you do it, where you go, what sleeping bags you should have on your bike, what bike bags you should have, all of these sort of things, and they're bringing people in and doing these reviews, and I'm like, well, no, I just need that product. I already know which product I want because I'm just watching the video on it. And this is what you need to do, is you need to think about how you can use those influencers to do that. So on the last one I watched was, it was a sleeping bag, and go onto Amazon, buy this sleeping bag. It's the best one you need for the job. It will do this, this, and this, and that's all you need. I just went on Amazon and bought it. Like, it literally was as simple as that. I have no idea if they're affiliated to them, not affiliated to them. They've paid for it, they've not paid for it. It doesn't matter to me because I want to do the same thing they've just done. So it makes sense for me to buy that sleeping bag. Like, literally as simple as that. So you need to think about who those influencers are in your market. I think one of the successful things I saw a little while ago is one of our other clients. He did notebooks. In fact, I've got one of his books here that I use every day. And basically he had notebooks for notes or diarying, what's it called, Sophie? Journaling. That's it, for journaling. And he had videos, literally thousands of videos of people doing unboxings of his product. And they were doing unboxings, they were talking about the product, and they were like putting that onto YouTube. That was amazing, you know, absolutely amazing. Then you could follow that on Facebook and everywhere else. So for me, the influencer model isn't going to work for everybody. The Dream 100 isn't going to work for everyone. Again, we're going to come on to Dream 100 in more detail, but you know, you need to think about who are those top influential people in your market. Who do you really want? Who's already working with or selling to or engaging with people that are going to buy your product? So if you can work out who they are and where they are, basically you're just going to go and work with those people. That is absolutely key. And Sophie touched on it earlier. So, you know, we've got a few bits here. You engage with the Dream 100. If you've got a top 100 you want to be working with, you want to engage with, you need to engage with them on a daily basis. You want to give them value before you ask for something in return. Absolutely key. Yeah. Reach out and collaborate with people on podcasts and streams and everything else. You know, people, you know, on our podcast, you know, we've got people coming through, but we're always looking for new people. So if someone comes to us and say, oh, we'd love to be on your podcast, the chances are, as long as it fits with our market, we're probably going to go, yeah, sure, come on. Like, it just makes sense. You know, work with influencers, similar market and all the rest of it. So that's influencers, and we're going to do Dream 100 in more detail. Now, the next thing is, what does the EU actually look like? You know, the difficulty is that the US market is like 365 million people. The EU market is 512 million people. So you've got a much bigger market. Now, the problem that you have is 28 countries, so 28 languages. I think, but you see where I'm coming from. So actually, when you're looking to do the social, it's really hard. You're not going to have a social post with 28 languages on. Like, it's just not going to happen. So you might want to think about how you deliver that, because if there is some content you want to put in certain languages, then you could do that. But think, how many brands do things in certain languages? Not that many. Most of them stick to English until they develop a brand in a certain country, and then they go in all around that country. And that's really how they're working. You know, if you think about some of the other areas you can get, let's think of you know, Instagram specifically. Instagram really is just photos. Like at its core, it's a photo app. Okay, you share photos. Now, if you can create engaging photos, you don't need to worry about translating it, because the picture is going to tell you everything you need to know. So that's where you can use that type of social media better when you're moving and expanding into a new market, because you haven't got to worry about language. You know, you can look at that and use that as a specific tool to do. So we see that as a key strength. Different areas of the EU use social media and online activity in different areas. So the UK, Germany, France probably lead in that area. Italy and Spain are probably slightly behind. Some of the other countries are more rural, and therefore access to broadband, internet and things like that is less advanced. Now I'm using some sweeping statements, but that, you know, there are other countries in there, like Switzerland. It's not in the EU, but we ship to it. You know, you've got Poland, Czech Republic, really, really key markets. Then you've got, you know, Algeria and Austria and some of these other countries that are a bit further out. You know, you're not going to do your social media in those languages, but you can reach those clients really, really easily. And that's why I say things like Instagram works really, really well. Videos on YouTube of unboxing your products, how it works. Like, there's no reason as of today why you don't have a simple video of every single product. You know, let's take this these headphones as an example. Headphones. You see where I'm going. I'm being a bit dramatic and over the top, but you see where I'm going. You know, how do you use this? How is it charged? How can you use it? Oh, look, there's a video unboxing it. You know, even if it's just an unboxing video and a how to use video and how to keep it clean and look after it video, there's 3 videos you can do, and you can probably do those in 10 minutes. And you could do all of those on your phone. Okay, you can use your phone and video it. It doesn't have to be, you know, mass production unless you're $1 million company, which at that point, you probably already got a lot of these videos anyway. All right. So you really need to think about that. So you want to think about getting that content into those markets. Now, you could have different videos in different languages. You could have subtitles on there, which would make life really, really easy. All right. So that's what you really need to think about. Think about the lifestyle images. Think about how people are going to use your product and have that in the real setting. You know, if you look at all the amazing photos on Amazon as an example, you know, they're all lifestyle images or hero images. There's no product images with a white background. Like this water bottle with a white background looks rubbish. Yeah. But when you see me or a other on their bike drinking it, it looks much better. All right. So think about how you can do that. And you know, some of those tips are specific, but when you're doing photos, you don't have your Chinese manufacturers photos on the listing. All right. Don't have the Chinese manufacturers photos on Facebook. Okay. Make sure they're representative of the European market. All right. So, you know, you could have some great hero shots at, let's say, the Grand Canyon or something like that. Totally get it. But actually, if it was a, you know, Big Ben, you know, if it was at the Eiffel Tower, you know, if it was some landmarks in the EU, that would resonate better with people in the EU. So you need to think about how you resonate with them people specifically. All right. Okay. Sophie, anything to add on either of those?
No, I think you've covered it all for me.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So we're going to open up the questions now. So if anyone has any questions, then please feel free to put those in the message box. I've got a few more slides to go through, so I'm going to start going through those. But if you've got any questions, please type those in. So next week, we're going to talk about building a website. So if we think about where we are in our expansion, we've really only used the marketplaces that are available. And the reason for that is it's quicker, it's easier, it's simpler. But actually, when you start to wanting to grow significantly in the EU, the key thing is to start building a list off of Amazon. Start growing your database and start thinking about building your own website. And that's really, really key. So that's what we're going to talk about next week, why you need to do it, what the differences are between, you know, Shopify or WooCommerce or all these other ones and Amazon, how you can use those, how you might optimize for that, and a whole load more information. Every Wednesday, 5 o'clock GMT, webinar time. So that's when we're going to be next week. So that's what we've covered. Hopefully that's been really, really useful. I've not seen any questions coming in, so thank you very much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. Hope that's been a huge amount of value to you. It will come through as a video and a podcast at some point. But apart from that, if you need to get in touch, please do so. support@globalecomexperts.com. Use your phone number or get in contact with one of your tax agents that you work directly with. That's it from us. I thank Sophie for giving up her valuable time and for giving up all her valuable information to share with you guys. Thank you very much to all those that have listened, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sophie.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.